younger that you may feel. I want to thank you for always supporting us with our dreams and throughout all these years coming to each recital of competition that you can. You are such a kind, sweet-hearted, and loving and yummy cooking grandmother. Each time we would go to your house, you always had us something to eat. Most of the time, we knew we were eating your specialty, and I'm sure most of you can guess what that is, roast. No matter how old I get, I will always remember us staying up late in bed and singing deep and wide while doing the motions. You may be getting older, but your heart and mind are still young. I am so fortunate to have a grandmother who loves the Lord more than anything in the world. Growing up with a grandmother as great as you, I will always remember not to quarrel with my siblings because I know it will make you cry. Papa, you do a great job of spoiling her and always thinking of how you can meet her needs before yours. I pray that I will be just as good of a parent, grandparent, and friend to my kids as the both of you are. I'd say you did a pretty good job with this bunch. Well, except for that one, maybe. I love you so much, and happy birthday.
I am Francis's first cousin, Minnie Catherine Moore Simmons. And back in our days, it was Lula Francis, Minnie Catherine. It's still that way today. The thing that I cherish most about Lula Francis, she loves her kinfolks. She loves her kinfolks, and so do Laverna and the others. To me, a first cousin is the nearest thing to a sister. Laverna, Wanda Lee, and Francis are like sisters to me. Their precious mother was my precious daddy's sister. And there's always been a lot of love in our family, Bernard, as you know. And I guess I probably have known Lula Francis longer than anyone in the house other than Laverna, because I too am 80. And if we could know each other as infants and 1 year and 2 year olds, that's how long Lula Francis and I have known each other. And I cherish every minute of it. She's dear to my heart. And the sad part about, as we go from generation to generation, the closeness almost stopped at our generation, Lula Francis. Our children vaguely know each other. And what will Mike, Hyman, and Rod, will their children ever know my grandchildren? That's the sad part. And I too found a little poem that I thought was so fitting I'd like to read to you. It says, we're from the same shoot, the same family tree. Into this world we sprouted, some call it destiny. It's cousin to cousin, a special thing, you see. It's a closeness to which we are tied. And you, Lula Francis, you've always been there to laugh with me, and even when I cried. Anyway, I think it's fantastic that you were meant to be a part of my life. My cousin, you'll always be special to me. Love you, Lula Francis.
Mine is from the perspective of a friend, and Francis, we go back a long time. I came here a little over 48 years ago, and I've known Francis all that time, and we've become very good friends. And I guess we had a lot in common with us both being in education, her in high school and mine in elementary. So we always had something to talk about. Children, how bad they were, how good they were, all the problems. And so we enjoyed that. And like Rhonda said, Francis was always interested in young people and always wanting to take them to plays and different artsy things. And I can remember she took our daughter, Angie, when she was about 8 or 9 years old, to a program. And Angie still remembers that now, and how much she enjoyed Frances doing that for her. We call each other a lot. Like if I have a need in our family, she has a need in her family, we call each other to pray for each other. And that means a lot to have a person to help you pray. And also, we ride to choir practice every Wednesday night together, just about together. If the guys aren't going to church, I'm with her. She'll come over to the house and either she'll drive or I'll drive, and then we come back that way. And we talk all the way to church, and we talk all the way home from church. And lots of times when we're on vacation, we'll call Frances and Bernard to say, okay, how was church service this weekend? Any visitors? Or how was the choir? And just get the latest update on our church, because church is our family. And we had many good times, the Stansky family, us, and our extended Hutrell family, where we would go to the Gulf in the summer and rent some cabins. And we just had a good time. And the guys would get on the shrimp boat. The ladies would go too. The guys would haul in the shrimp, and who would devein and behead them? The girls would. And then we could see that big pot of shrimp, though, in the future. All that big old pot of shrimp boiling, and that was so good. Cindy knows all about that. But all in all, Frances, you've been a real good friend, and I appreciate it. Here's something I came across. Robert Louis Stevenson wrote, "A friend is a gift you give yourself." You're a friend.
Thank you.
Good.
Well, seeing as how I'm the oldest parish in the bunch, I guess I've got to say something, and I said I was going to whether they asked me or not. Anyway, I guess I have the privilege of knowing Frances longer than anybody in this room.
Yes.
So anyway, she's just been, you know, we used to hold hands when we went to sleep, didn't we, sis? We went to sleep every night holding hands because we shared a bed for many years. You know, that's the way we did it back then.
Yes.
But everybody now has their own bedroom most of the time. But anyway, that's precious memories to me. Even at Christmas time, we used to sneak and try to find what our Santa Claus was bringing us. And we'd look up in the rafters, you know, and try to find where Mom and Dad had hid our presents. So just things like that are precious, precious memories to me. And I remember one time we lived in a place where we had oil lamps, and I think I was crossways of my little side of the room, and I kicked the lamp over on top of Frances's head. She may not remember it, but her hair caught on fire because the oil lamp. And I'll tell you what, I happened to smell it, and it woke me up. So I saw what was happening, and I just quick took my hands like that and just went like this on top of her head. And I guess I saved the whole house. I have a lot of memories and in-between memories and bad memories, all kinds. But I'll tell you what, the night our mother died in Whitaker Clinic, it was then, and Frances came out to Wanda Lee and she said, "Honey, our mother just went to heaven. Aren't you glad?" And normally we don't say glad about something like that, but it was glad to know where she was. And she was telling her baby sister, her mother was in heaven now. And I remember so many times that I've had things that needed prayer, and I've called Frances, and I don't have to think she's going to request prayer at church. I don't have to think that she's going to call a friend and pray. I know she's going to get on her knees right now and pray. And I just thank the Lord for her. We've been close all of our life, and I really thank God for that.
Wow. One time I'm just about at a loss for words. And I didn't know I had it so good. coming. It's family and friends well represented. I know we've made a lot of jokes about me keeping all this a secret, and I'm not going to go and rehash all that. It was quite an ordeal trying to keep this as a secret, because the boys have been planning it for a good while, and I want to personally thank Barbara for all the work she has done on this and the planning. These things just don't happen. It takes a lot of effort, and Barbara, we really do thank you, and Michelle and Faith also, and thank the boys for traveling to come in and all of these siblings. But, you know, we've been married 118 years. She's been married 59, I've been married 59. And I would say they've been great years. There's been a few ups and downs when she didn't agree with me. And but the Lord has blessed us. He's blessed us with 3 fine boys, 10 great grandchildren, and I'm so thankful that Lauren and they could be here, as well as Rod's kids. Lauren and they came down from Louisville. I guess y'all drove in this morning, didn't you? Yeah, we appreciate that so much. And I've seen so many of these younger people like Cindy and just some of the rest of them that are here grow up from little toddlers. Cindy was about 6 years old when she came to Huntsville. So I've seen her grow up to be a fine lady, and her family's meant a lot to us. But I'm very thankful for a wonderful wife, and the key word tonight or today has been servant, because she has been that to me. Sometimes when I'm riding down the road, I think, do I really deserve all this? She always puts me first. There's times when I know she's hungry, and she doesn't think about anything until Bernard gets his food on the table. It was always that way when I was working. There was always a meal on the table waiting for me when I got home. So you just don't take all, it's easy to take it for granted while it's happened, but now looking back, it's very meaningful. So my sweetheart,
Thank you.
I do thank you. I thank the Lord that He's blessed me with a wonderful wife and family. And thank all of y'all so much for coming. Bless you.